Greetings, fair citizens of the YouTube world. It's your boy, the Wolfgamer25, back for another riveting episode. That's right, I said back. Welcome back to another riveting episode of Figure Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We're back once again for episode 16. 16 successful episodes. Very, very proud of, and I continually today to say thank you for all the support, all the pushes that I'm getting out there to everyone who continues to come to my streams. And I will always be there, to give you guys great content, give you guys as much up to date as I can. And I do hope that you guys are enjoying it as much as I can, as much as I can give you, because I really, really hope that I don't bore you. Because if I bore you guys, then I'm not trying hard enough, and that means I gotta try harder. And which, of course, I will be doing that. Anyways, excuse me. I do hope that you guys have plenty of snacks. If you want to have something to drink, or if you haven't had anything to eat, please feel free to go get something to eat. Come back, chill, kick your feet up, take your shoes off, relax, and enjoy the stream that is about to happen. Now, as for today, we will be taking a step into the world of which that is away from Marvel, that is away from Power Rangers, that is away from the anime world, because we're going to take a step into the world of which I don't really talk about that much, but it's still one of my favorites. That's right, folks. Today, we're going to be taking a walk in the world of DC, and we're going to be introducing three figures today. One's a villain, and two are heroes. One, a founding member of the Justice League, and the other one, she's not necessarily a founding member, but she was a key member who joined and to help them progress further in the safety of the world, the universe, planet Earth, people, and she really knew what she was doing, because I remember that she had joined the Justice League when they were named the Justice League of America, and at first she was on the villains squad, but that was only because it wasn't really her idea. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know the bad of what she was doing until her eyes were finally opened. And of course, she was shunned by her people, but today she's not going to be shunned. She's going to be brought to my stream because she's another one of my favorite heroes, and she flies high. She's got a weapon, but besides all that, as I said, three figures today, one villain, two heroes. And I invite you guys, sit back, once again, relax. If you don't have anything to eat, please feel free to get up, go get something to snack on, because we're going to be here, have a good time, have some talks, and I'll fill you guys with some information. So without much further ado, why don't we just get into the nitty of the gritty, the reason all of you wonderful folks are here today. Okay, so for the first one that we're introducing, it's a crowd favorite, and of course my favorite also. As I said, this guy here, he's one of the founding members of the Justice League, and he's an alien, but I mean, come on, pretty much everybody knows who this guy is and what he's capable of, where he came from, who his people are, and of course they know what he's capable of. Once again, sorry. So, and now, the reason that I picked up this guy is because he's sort of distinguished from all of the other of his counterpart figures, because there's many different variations of him. There's times like the new 52 version of him. There's the Red Sun version of him. There's all kinds. But for right now, I would very much like to introduce one of my favorites. Now, he rivals Batman, but that's only on, how can I say, a fan base. Let me put it to you that way. Because most people look to Batman more than they look to this guy. Because just what they think that just because they think Batman's a step ahead, which is true, he has a continuous contingency plan for almost everyone, whether it be his heroes or his hero friends or his villains. But I would support this guy more than Batman, because I feel that he's still got a lot to learn about the world, even though he's grown up a lot, and he's basically got an alias. He's got a job, a family, and a girl, actually. But I'm babbling. So why don't we just introduce the first of 3 figures tonight? We're going to start with the heroes. Very much like to introduce to you guys the Man of Steel, Mr. Superman. Now, as I said before, if you can see, this guy is not like any of the other Superman counterparts figures that I've gotten in the past. What makes this one so special, actually, is that it's made by one of the artists who did a lot of his comic book art. This is the DC Jim Lee version of the collection, and as you can see, he's done this type of art right here. That's right. Hang on, let me see if I can zoom in for you. I know you guys can't see it, but his eyes are lighting up with joy. So, why don't we just slice this sucker open and get him out so we can fly around, fly to my shelves, say hello to everybody. And as I said before, guys, I like this one because, again, he's distinguishing. As you can see, he doesn't have a lot of defining characteristics like the cartoon versions of everything that I've seen of him. But sorry, he does indeed. Uh-oh. Oh man, he's got that plastic on. Dang, they really don't want him coming out of there. There we go. Come on now. Ooh, easy with the cape. There we go. Perfect. Now, as I said, what's cool about this guy is that they gave him the comic book look. That's also one thing I love when I do with the figures. Come on, Soups. Zoom in for me, will you? Come on. Let him have a look at you. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, as I said before, guys, if you can see it, his face is actually a little bit more comic book like. He's the same thing with his muscles, his definition, the symbol on his chest is different, but at the same time, it's the same thing. It means it always, because on his home planet of Krypton, that is actually the symbol of hope. Now, yes, it's true. Everybody knows Superman's story. He was not necessarily driven from his home as a child, but it was his parents' decision to send him away because, unfortunately, Krypton itself was imploding. It was going to be destroyed no matter what, so they only had one pod, and his folks gave up their lives so that he was able to live. And to this day, he's flourishing in the Earth. He's, like I say, he's got a job. He works at the Daily Planet. He's got a desk up there. He's got a wife, I believe, Lois Lane. I believe she is still alive. Don't quote me on that because I haven't really been up to date with those two. So forgive me on that, huh? So we just move the Man of Steel. As I said, what's another defining factor about him is all the names that they gave him when he was coming into existence. Man of Steel, the Boy Scout, Red Eyes. It's just crazy. This is I feel that this one just in particular is more of a defining character because of course, yes, it's rubber, it's silicone, but either way, it catches the breeze, it'll still flutter in the wind because it's just like most heroes that I see, the wind, it follows them everywhere. Like no matter what you do, you can just stand there and just all of a sudden your cape will just catch the breeze. See, look at that. Anyway, now we're gonna go ahead and introduce another hero. Now, this was the second hero that I was telling y'all about. As I said once before, she wasn't necessarily a key member in the Justice League when they were first being introduced, because in a way, she's not human. Let me put it to you that way. She comes from an ancient race, another planet, if you will. The race was called Thanagarians, and she was en route to a mission to basically do recon, because her people were planning on invading the Earth. That was, of course, until the Justice League stepped in, and they said, "No, no, little lady, I don't think so." And she had actually learned the error of her ways. Her eyes were finally opened. Not only did she find friends, but she became part of the Justice League team. She became part of the main team, and excuse me. And of course, she at the same time she did have romantic interests towards another of her fellow Thanagarians. You know him today as Hawkman, but unfortunately I couldn't find him, so I just settled for the next best thing, which of course is the next best thing, Hawk Girl. That's right. This was a very rare find for me because I had been searching for her for a while now. The ones that I had seen that looked like her, there were only weird versions, like Earth 2, the New 52, and they didn't look as defining as the costume that I wanted. I wanted to snag the original green and yellow because those are her colors that she wore when she became part of the Justice League. And of course, that was when she had become what was it? That was when she took her helmet off. But I'm babbling again. I'm sorry. So why don't we just go ahead and get baby girl open? Oh, sorry. Oh, cool. Oh, sorry. She comes with a little stand. That's nice. Easy. Ooh, dang. Yep, I like the wings. I can only tell you this. I like the wings. Easy, girl. Easy now. I don't want to hurt you. But yes, it's true. She is known as Hawk Girl, but her other alias is actually Shira Hall. And what's cool about this figure, due to the simple fact that you can remove her wings and of course add them back on, is that they also gave her a stand to stand on, which of course I'm gonna put her on there. But I would very much like to put her main weapon into her hands. If she'll take that. Thank you, baby girl. Looks beautiful on you. Now, why don't we just take this, put it on there. Ah, perfect. And there she is. Ladies and gentlemen, Shira Hall, aka Hawk Girl. Come on. If Superman can focus, you can too. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Now, I know you guys can't see it until it focuses, but it will focus in just a moment. Let me just define these wings a little bit. Now, as I said once before, guys, I do apologize if she's not focusing for some reason. Lighting is terrible. I'm going to work on that, don't worry. And as I said once before, she did have not only a romantic interest with Hawkman, but she actually found another romantic interest with one of my favorite hero races, also known as the Green Lanterns. And, well, to be honest, I didn't see it coming because it was said that, pardon me, it was said that their race, the Thanagarian race, was unable to, like, it was not necessarily, like, how can I put this? It wasn't necessarily forbidden, but just she wasn't basically allowed to love anybody else outside of her race. And like whenever she came to the Justice League, as it turns out, she fell in love with John Stewart, which is, of course, as you guessed it, one of the Green Lanterns. He works, well, of course, next to Hal Jordan, who was my favorite Green Lantern of all. But let's not get into that. That time's best served for another stream, which will be happening soon. So now we're going to introduce this guy. Now, at first, the thought of anybody in the DC universe either being like cloned or having an alternate universe self, it didn't really apply to me because I didn't think it all possible, because growing up with DC, I mainly just indulged in movies and shows, sort of like the Batman Beyond series, the Batman the animated series, and of course Superman the animated series, and the Justice League series, of course. But with this guy, as I said, I didn't really understand the concept of him until he was introduced in one of the main key episodes of the Justice League, where they took on they're basically like the Sinister Six of the DC world. I believe it's called the Crime Syndicate, but don't quote me on that because I don't think that this guy is part of the Crime Syndicate, mainly because his abilities rival that of Superman, just, kind of flip-flopped in a way. Because while most people know Superman's name is Kal-El, this guy here's name's El-Kal. But of course, everybody knows him as Bizarro. This, yet again, was another rare find for me. I like Bizarro mainly because, as I said once before, his abilities and actions, they kind of rival Superman's. But to him, he's the best. Even though he's a villain, he calls himself a hero. But with him being the two, Superman and Bizarro, he considers Superman the villain, and of course him the hero. And he's got basically the same abilities as Superman, of course, and he can fly. He's got superhuman strength, but like the only two defining factors about him is instead of heat vision, he has freeze vision. And while as Superman has cold breath, he actually has fire breath. I know he's crazy. I won't lie. And just I like the way he defines himself. As a Bizarro #1. But I'm straying away from the fact I don't need to do impersonations not right now, because if I do, I won't stop. So why don't we just slice this sucker open and welcome Mr. Bizarro into the world. If I could just get this tape. Of course, knowing me, I forgot to get my knife out, but hey, that's all right, because you know what? It's not going to stop me. All I got to do is find the sweet spot, and the tape should tear. There we go. Okay. Come on now, Bizarro. Don't be afraid. And I can tell already, he's got a lot of cool accessories with him, which we're gonna get into. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna show off everything about him. I'm gonna let you guys know. And I love how they put him like backwards in the box. And of course, as you can see, he's got all of these. He's got a necklace right here. I believe that's supposed to be like concrete or something like that. It says Bizarro #1, of course. Dang, I'm sorry. Beautiful. Okay, Bizarro, look at me. Hey, come on. There you go. And I love how they gave him the cloth cape, of course. It's classic. See that? The wind follows him too, even though he's a villain per se. He's still very good. I like him, man. Yeah, it's true. I don't really like to talk about liking villains as much, but there are certain ones out there that I don't mind talking about in the DC world, because I'm a very big DC fan, and if it weren't for like the villains, then I wouldn't have been able to identify most of them today, who are very famous in the world. Like the Penguin, Poison Ivy, the Joker. I'm not gonna say Catwoman, because she, in a way, she's a villain, but at the same time, she's a hero. So she can go both ways, I'm guessing. And of course, her little love interest, also the guy who flies in the night, Batman. She just can't get her mind straight. So easy, Bizarro. I'm just trying to help you. Relax. Just trying to help you. Just trying to get just relax. Just relax. It really pains me if like they put the accessories too small or something like that. So why don't we just try a little trick? Easy, pal. Easy, pal. Don't snap. Don't snap. Don't snap. Don't snap. Don't snap. There you go. Perfect. Now then, why don't we just get this out of here. And as I said once before, guys, he does have all these accessories. He's got his little medallion. He's got 2 interchangeable hands. He has glasses. Yes, that's true. I said glasses. Which, of course, I'm going to be putting on him now. Sorry, almost dropped him. Easy now. Easy folk. Easy folk. Don't. No. Come on. That boy. That boy. Good. Good, Bizarro. Good, Bizarro. And, of course, make sure you tighten up your tie. You know. And there you have it. I'm more not going to say well-behaved Bizarro. He's just a little bit more dapper, I'll put it to you that way. He can pass off as a Clark Kent, but at the same time, if you pay attention, he can't really pass off as a Clark Kent. Come on, Bizarro, focus for me, guy. Come on, focus. Anyways, I do apologize, guys. For some reason, my camera is not working for me. But either way, as I said once before, I'll just see if I can't give you guys a full 360 of him once again. Let's black my face out. Maybe that will help. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Perfect. There we go. There's Mr. Bizarro. This is the dapper version of Mr. Bizarro. Now, I can't really say I like the tie and glasses because it's just not who he is. But I gave him props. You know, hey, I salute you because you're doing you, and I appreciate that, Bizarro. Hell, because hey, you're being you, man. Bizarro number 1, it says, eh? But as I said once before, guys, Bizarro, he is. He's not necessarily the exact opposite of Superman. He just has a lot of different things about him, because as well, you guessed it, he's a different villain, and he's ran with a lot of heavy hitters. Sorry, couldn't get the word out right there. But as I said before, he does have almost the same similarities as Superman. It's just his speech is different. You know, the symbol on his chest is different. Powers, of course, are different also. And I do know for the fact that he did run with the crime syndicate. Or, no, not the crime syndicate. I know who it is now. It just clicked. It's the Legion of Doom. That's right. Because I remember, even way back in the days of like the fuzzy cartoons of the Justice League, he was there. He looked a little smaller on camera, but he was still good, really. I thought he had a lot of good things about him as he sat up there next to Black Manta, Captain Cold, Solomon Grundy, Lex Luthor. Yes, I remember he was in there too. And I also like that in a way, you know, I'm still waiting for the Legion of Doom against the Justice League movie, which I know it's in the works because I've seen so many teasers, I've seen so many trailers, I've read a lot of news about it, and I honestly can't wait. Really, that is going to be a blockbuster hit. But oh my goodness, forgive me. Let me just get a little swig of this swig here, a little parched. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. And really, I know that Bizarro, he didn't really debut until Superboy 68, and that was actually at the time he was running with I believe he was running with the Red Hood and the Outlaws, because I know that was another affiliation he was with. But at the time, I don't know if that was the time he met Superman or if that was when he was running with the Legion of Doom. But either way, in one of those times, they fought a lot. They've gone head to head a lot. They've caused a lot of destruction. But at the same time, the battles are one to be seen because the wonder and just the destruction and chaos is crazy. And as I said once again, I'm looking forward to these two meeting in like a live action sort of way. I know it's going to be tough because casting Bizarro it's different, but I do hope it's coming. And once again, I do hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right here. Once again, I want to say thank you to those who came to watch me. I thank you for those who continue to support me. And if you guys would like, don't be afraid to hit the follow button right there. It will be up in just a moment. And I do appreciate it. You guys hanging out with me. And until next time, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, stay super, huh? Peace.